to such lofty goals. One of those roads ends today. No doubt.
Right, used to do this all the time where they would get 2 duo costs and they'd be like, right, now you 2 swap.
I mean, the fear is something you're going
okay,
to
FPX on defense, Heretics on attack, and we got 4 ghosts each, 8 ghosts, shocked to break the trip. They decided to go for the more aggro trip, so hopefully if they were using a different trip it would break, not break the one close. Oh, not this again, man, I hate watching the beat off the ball. It's great for you guys, but...
I guess I can say that we won the round now.
No.
Oh, no cove.
Harbor up close to personal. Berlin will follow. Swoop drops 2. The nade now to buy a little.
This guy's got to be buying a cove against you guys, else this is a done game, man.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of extra room behind that high tide.
Bit of insurance with the trip as well.
It's our second round, no?
Well, back to the B after.
It's
I'll be telling everyone what we do.
Team Heretics is given the space. FPX, this is what they want to do. And they try to use that high tide to allow themselves the ability to get into a good spot to go for the diffuse, but
Rans did good here. He insta-melted the
The problem is if they think their solution is holding us off, then
yeah, this helps you. Yeah, they basically just like, here you go. You want some vision block?
Who was maybe gonna smoke us up?
He's just like, well, I can get his way now.
On the back of those harbor smokes, are they going to push through them or not? Are they going to try to throw util at you through them or not? It's a very difficult proposition for them, but
that's a worrying sign if FPX haven't looked at that. The fact that they, first of all, FB on retake, second of all, they actually vision blocked.
We'll spot anyone trying to swing through the tiles, and sure enough, FPX fall.
The chance they didn't expect this map.
The round was very quick, it was decisive, and I think for FPX, you want to gamble there a little bit, right?
Yeah, 2 away.
Death ball down mid, as you mentioned, and hopefully you're able to overwhelm and outnumber.
That's a dodgy sign for FPX there, though. Do you not think in the pistol? The fact that they let you, the fact that they walled you off after, that shows me that maybe they didn't expect you to pick this map. I feel like they've got to at least think that they shouldn't be vision blocking over towards B main pistol.
Against Foot, they were
I mean,
a lot more aggressive. Like I would agree. They were really willing to push through and try some of those really crazy plays,
every other team
off the back of Life's
hopefully
Yoru.
know,
But against Gen G,
like,
it felt a little bit more
they
reserved on this map.
With this pick based on how they played it as well.
The reservation.
Was Chris.
Holy. Guy is so crispy.
So I think they should have done that prep. That's all I can say. Like they should know.
I mean, that's just
yeah, no, they should know.
You know, kind of gambling here a little bit as Team Heretics, trying to push through that smoke, and Autumn was just ready for it.
Lexi don't know.
Really don't go your way. Goodness. And you know,
yeah, it's a nice start into it.
So much fun to watch.
Woot is going to be 1 orb away from his ult, and if you're Heretics at the moment, you want to try to get 2 kills, right? Every kill at the moment is a person that can't buy after the next round if they lose it. It's a nice name.
Clearing is such a nuisance to get through. You have to clear it 2 times, potentially 3, depending on your pathing. You certainly don't want to face it because
wait, they locked him in with a one-way?
He just did, so you have to use utility to get
what a shot, bro. Wait.
Who's gonna find Lysor there, but
that opens up a lot, man.
What makes them so challenging to play against, Doug, is
if they just go
you never
A
know what's
then
going on the other side of those high tides. And Gen G, I think, played it really well, where they were very patient behind it.
Yeah, FPX are playing it fundamentally fine, right? Stick together.
Yeah, you can just retake for free too.
Boo in 1v3.
Oi! Who got this? Okay.
Oh.
We never lose this. I never seen it.
You're like 1 second ahead of me at least.
Oh.
This is huge value for Team Heretics.
You got that good internet.
I'm watching on
extra gun out of the hands of FPX. They're gonna get the spike planted.
You're watching on Twitch.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah, me too. I guess we
And
did that.
that's worst case scenario at this point.
Hold up.
I mean, best case scenario.
Delay your reactions by 1 second.
He shatters the hearts of FPX. That would be unthinkable in some ways. A smoke already used. Footsteps given away. He's biding his time. He's patient with it. He's going to catch them both. The Cove to provide a little bit of cover. No position given away quite yet. Berlin has gotten it to happen now on the tap. He has to face it. And he will
nicely
fall.
handled. Tell you what, though, good damage in the end.
That's that extra layer of security that the Harbor is going to provide you in moments like that, where you know your opponent doesn't have any mollies to clear that Cove.
Considering what happened at the start of the round,
Nicely handled by FPX, but what a bounce back after a crazy start there from Autumn. I mean, this is just 1, 2,
Oh, that third kill is impressive.
Really nice transfer from him.
Yeah, that third kill is really impressive.
I mean, already coming out here with some pacey play from both teams, and it doesn't seem like the pressure of this moment is really kind of affecting their play style. You'll see teams come into these games where it's do or die, where you have no other options but win or lose, or your tournament life is done, and they kind of take it slow. But these two teams aren't afraid of each other, and I love it.
Oh, they go fast. And they tether Omen Flash, but they use nothing to back,
so far, I would
it
have
up.
to agree with you and echo that sentiment. They look steady, they look solid on both sides of the ball. So into the fourth round we go.
To pop the raid, but they didn't want to fight off of it.
Berlin's got up
Yeah, it's weird to put an Omen Flash and a tether and do nothing after.
deep in enemy territory, and they have no idea.
No, they are going to have that trip from Benji to kind of keep.
Kind of like this from Berlin though. Like he's a lunatic, but pretty good. Heretics basically take map control. They cut sound, so they're trying to make it look like they're going back and maybe they're taking more space. But this guy's just locking them in.
Obvious what we're attempting to do.
For now, a quiet approach.
Yeah,
Even though FPX are free, they cannot stop them, no?
Berlin's win and then.
Meanwhile, Woot with the rocket pop trying to pick his timings and does so successfully. Meanwhile,
oh my!
They don't have stopping power.
Ion is gonna fall. Rans will too, but Benji Fishy now on the swing. Face
Three people on A side, brute force. Damn, Benji's own that.
That he had. And now Autumn, who got a 1v3 in the previous round to open it up, is gonna have to.
I mean, it never looks nice when you're walking into a stacked bomb site, but
this is nice as it could. Yeah, as nice as it could have looked.
Even in these situations that look unwinnable.
I mean, Omen didn't have paranoia. It's Omen, Fade, and Yoru.
Yeah. As soon as they used both of those bits of util at the beginning and did nothing after, I was like, oh man.
1v3 with no real idea of where anyone is, and they have such good crossfire setup. As soon as there's contact on one, the swing inevitably will come from the
okay,
other
and we got three people, the three people that died in the earlier rounds.
Looks like Benji was looking for aware as well, that the guy was going to flank like he was watching it the whole time. So.
2 hero guns.
That's probably good preparation.
Game plan behind the information they get off the util, where they use 2 different mollies to smother out Ion behind the generator, and Benji Fish's complete awareness of the space they had given up, the complete awareness to be making sure that he's being diligent watching for that lurk. In this case, it was Berlin who was doing the lurking.
You weren't a fan of their A when we watched anyway, right?
With Team Heretics so far in their game plan on the attacker side, and this is a map that FPX about 50-50 on both sides of the map throughout this event, but it is really interesting. One of the things that really intrigued me about this map draft, Doug, was that this is
2 hero guns,
the 3 maps that these 2 teams are basically the best at.
Right. It's good against good, right?
Yes.
There's no like obvious advantage either way.
Exactly. I love that, man. I love that they're all just giving it their best here today, showing their best maps and having the confidence to lean into that.
Was that one of those competitive platitudes?
It was one of those competitive platitudes. Absolutely that was.
Color me shocked. They want to do the best they can, huh? Hard-hitting analysis here in Shanghai, ladies and gents. A pistol for FPX, just 1 rifle in the hands of Ion. And it's much like we saw a couple of rounds ago.
Oh,
right?
1 hero gun. Sorry, I thought it was 2.
The minimap this one should be
this time the flavor's a little bit different, but the meal
yeah,
is
and
the same.
especially if you save a lot of util.
Yeah, man. They're showing a little bit of will.
Knife goes in, doesn't hit anything.
To defend A. I guess to play fast retake.
This is the main one. They managed to get over. They managed to get over towards the side. They save Omen Flash.
It would just be like you're playing on hard mode to fight, but you can definitely fight. No reason.
I think this is pretty big for Heretics here. You take a look at their
and we're going to be seeing this all the time.
And if they can get through
because obviously the map,
you'd have to use a lot of utility, but you could have A control.
Because obviously, oh my god, because obviously the map is like one site retake. They're just gonna have an easy time if FPX make it this obvious.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, he's gonna get his ult again.
It's done.
With the A's.
It's done. It's done.
Oh god, he's one away from his ult again.
It's done.
Feels that way. Confidence looks through the roof right now for Heretics in terms of just feeling out the map.
Imagine both your big 5v-buys you're up against Woot with Razor.
I mean, this is just Woot never.
I mean, Woot is feeling against Chinese teams.
He never had to. Nope.
Yeah, that's true at the moment.
Never any util or anything like that to try to displace him. Just trying to go for these ego peaks. So this is something that when I was casting FPX versus
I think even at this
Gen G,
point, if FPX took attack pause, I
I
wouldn't.
noticed a lot with FPX is
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to say
oh,
for as the FPX coach.
I would so the thing is here, I would definitely say that they got to cover up. It's hard because I don't know if Boo used his Omen Flash there in Afterplant. Like my theory with this stuff is that, like if they have an Omen Flash to stop your flood in, then you're not doing a good enough job of like hiding where your Cypher is. Because you want to do enough that they think that you're fighting on site and you're not retaking. So, like here, I would probably, if I saw that flash, I would just be saying that we have to disguise what side we're playing retake. I know it's eco, but
that you can do with the harbor and the Yoru
okay,
to keep your opponent off
it's like the most I could get from it.
Stuff like that, I think, is going to be really important here for FPX. You know, they have so much riding on
I
this
can see them
team.
just doing the same sort of thing where they have B lobby control and then just throw
Right. They
it
come
over
back
to
into
Or
stage one.
the FPX, so they're probably going to absolutely
all
send
the
it.
best teams in China, including EDG. Yeah, they fell.
Life's going to be
True,
owning
basis
to
of their
spawn.
other game.
They beat them before that.
Yeah.
And to be able to be that second team behind EDG, to qualify past the group stage, to get into
they're
those
trying to take
playoffs
control,
would
yeah.
be monumental.
Well, I mean, and to think about how they opened the tournament, right? First
Just Impa, thank you so much, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate the 18 months. Year and a half, dude.
And Autumn continues to cause problems.
Are we running into his trap?
gotten away with
He
more.
just the ceiling to the floor.
Life is joining in on the fun. The spike is not left B main.
Yeah, did they not try and force this a bit too much?
Great hold. Like showing a different look here from FPX, contesting at the point of
This
execution.
is nice from FPX though. Like
Team Heretics.
they basically
Good call in the
pushed
timeout
down
here
into A, and
by
the call
Nathan.
was just to go over towards B.
It's something they haven't
And
really shown
this
too much
time they
yet.
actually
They've only been
fought a
mostly
lot
playing
heavier with the
retake,
Cypher util.
other than the aggressive push out into B main from Autumn.
Oh, Boo is trying to slip the net.
So in terms of the actual timeout,
What?
Whoa, shot, bro. What the?
Not bad, man.
It was a little bit
I don't know what he saw there.
It was a little bit similar to what I was saying, but they like this plan was probably better than what I was saying, to be honest. Like force them into the Cypher util, but this time actually to buy it. Like, big deep aggro A.
Him and Rien's find more open space. I have to give Team
Someone has
Heretics,
gone
excuse me, a
walkies,
ton
though.
of credit
Not really sure if I like
for the
what
way
he's
that they're able to, even in these bad
they
starts
have
in these
Euro,
rounds,
fuck.
find the open space, work their way
But
through
Euro
to
is
get
so
these
far
plants
away.
down and make FPX have
I
to
think in
earn
this
these
situation,
rounds.
the Euro
Honestly,
is
very
kind of like
reminiscent of how FPX
counterproductive.
approached the
Sure, he'll find the
attack.
information, but he's
But
one plus.
Heretics
I
He's not really
understand.
enough time.
You kind of give him a
And an
2-on-2.
opportunity
You pretty much just go
to
aggro right once
devastate
you hear him.
opposition even more.
They'll
Yeah.
still use
But
it.
then
though.
dimensional drift.
For them to win this round
They'll
would be
use it.
insane. You're right. Life popping his ult, and that will help.
No flash or anything for him.
Any info found is an advantage gained. Who has to TP away? He's
Oh,
got the smoke, the flash is there, life full.
Nice!
That is not the one, bro. That is not the ult.
Again, this would be devastating. Can Berlin win out this 1v1? Rien's on the other
Rien's
side.
played
He's
it
stuck in
so
Taylor's
well.
running away. He's
Cove,
gonna use
though.
a Cove to get the defuse.
Yeah,
Nice.
lovely,
Defuse.
bro.
He's got it to have. He's got to dance around it. Manages to do so. Where's the
Damn, he
second
played
shot?
that
The time
so
will run
well.
out.
They played that
And the spike
incredibly
will go
well.
off.
The Euro's a lunatic as
Chaos
well.
again.
It's
I mean, I've seen Live doing some
awareness here.
weirdest
Insane.
shit I've ever seen.
Yeah,
There's
some
the dimensional
insane
drift, has a good
decisions.
read on about the time
Just running it.
that Life is
Jumping
going to be
through the
crossing
one-way
his path and
with
use
his
that opportunity to
weapon
set
randomly.
himself. You have got to be
What?
kidding me. He sees a pixel.
that's
that
nice.
is a pixel out of place.
Yeah, his Euro
He
ults
sees
as well.
fade
He's actually been
hair.
doing this all the time.
Takes him down.
Like
Yeah,
just
like
out in the
speed.
open.
But Boo
He
wins
always
this
goes
round
for the
here
play
in
with
the
his
end.
Euros.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Not,
He uses that smoke, TPs
I've never
into
seen
it
him
around the
TP
exact
away
time that
or
they're
like
gonna be coming at him around the
hit
corner.
safe.
Completely throws off FPX. And what in the
Imagine
world?
not putting your
Oh, dear.
TP to safety when you Euro.
Imagine not doing that.
Starting to get worried about this. This is getting out of hand very quickly.
And if it's been on the
Frags,
receiving
yes,
end
but
of
this
some
is now the
slaps.
third time
Bro,
they've
it's
rifled around
it's
Heretics
hard
as
though,
well.
man. Like you're
That
you're
2v3
thinking
that we
like
just saw,
500
that
thoughts a
hurts,
second when you're in that ult, I swear.
The Rien's, able
There
to
was
get
one
that
day
Hunter's
when
Fury,
Manibu was doing like
puts him in, he knows the
revision
time
and
looking down
schoolwork,
there,
so I was playing
knows that he can
Euro.
put
And
himself in a position where he
I'm glad he wasn't watching me.
I've done it a few times, man. I'm just like, I know in my head what I should do, but like I just can't do any of it. So
Suppose
funny.
you have a showstopper if you feel like it, but I don't expect that to be invested.
No.
Do as
I
I
think
say,
the
not
tough
as I
thing
do.
about this, and this is where I would love to get your thoughts, is, I mean, they've already called a timeout, so they've already had a conversation around what adjustments need to be made. Obviously, they haven't really been fruitful. Do you call another timeout and then just kind of go hands off the wheel for the rest of the map? Do you
Maybe, what's your favorite agent to play though?
Hope that that's enough to salvage this half.
Favorite agent to play?
Yeah.
I guess it's Neon and Kaio.
I'm very curious.
Get that Neon buff coming as well.
Will approach that.
Yeah.
Coach, gonna go at him with the shorty. Yeah.
I love Neon.
Fatty Tech is gonna find the final kill in the round.
Yeah,
3.
you do stuff on Neon I haven't seen. It's nice.
In my opinion, it all depends on how much trust I have.
Why
in my
would the
idea.
FPX pick defense with
right
this combo?
now, I'd probably wait this out a little bit
I
longer
think
to
it's
give
stronger
Berlin
on
the
attack.
chance to
Well, I like
show
this
that he
flash.
can
Yeah. But
find
I
the
don't think
adjustments
confident
himself
in their
around
attack.
here to dial up something. Yeah, I mean, Berlin has been
Welly, thank you so much for the 7 months.
They're
Appreciate the prime.
creatively this tournament.
It's
Yeah,
really
Yeah, it's
limited.
a cool flash.
But I
Yeah, I
think
guess so.
in what I've watched from FPX, I think they're going to wait it out maybe, but we could be wrong.
The double
Be
timeout?
another timeout here.
That's a timeout called.
It's really hard round to time out into that super. Like, you have KO ult as well.
I mean,
Yeah.
you probably let that go a little bit more if you're not facing elimination. But the truth is, you can't.
Definitely could be a case
you
of
can't risk it, right?
let's
Like,
go
you
more
can't afford to
aggressive.
let a window of opportunity like that go. And again,
when
they're
they
going to be
got the winning round was when they
flying
pushed
without
A
their
round.
coach for the
So
rest of the half, or for the rest of the map, excuse me, barring Heretics calling a timeout. This is a brutal position to be in this early.
Yeah, that
in
makes
this
the most
best of
sense
three.
with what worked.
You make a great point. Make an absolutely great point. I get it. I'd probably do the same, to be honest. If I was the coach,
Yeah, I think I would as well.
I would definitely want to
Given how
try to
the-
shut this down. I mean, Wood is 15-3 right now.
Yeah, and given
They
how
got
the half
Woods
has gone, there
15 and
hasn't
3.
really been enough for us to point and look at and go, okay, they've got something going on here, you know, minor adjustments here and there, and they're going to be able to really lean in on this. I think the other thing that's worth noting is you see it on your screens now, there are 4 ults to play around. If they,
Oh, we've
if
got
there
much-
was an
we've got much more than
opportunity that you
KO
cannot
ults.
let go of,
Yeah,
Really
there's
Exactly.
8 ults right
And
now.
this
It's
is a
going
round
to
where I'm
be...
actually fine with them playing retake because your opponent has the showstopper and the null command. Give them that extra space. Set up yourselves for that nightfall, for that reckoning. And I think that's kind of maybe the plan. Life sticks around a little bit, sets his TP up.
It's a
on
bling
the
into
back
KO though.
generator. So
Yeah,
this is
it's
kind of
a
one of those
nice
that's looking to me
anti-KO.
like one
KO
of
over
those
towards spawn,
tricky
trips
plays.
can't get
He's
hit.
just sticking around.
Yeah, there's nowhere for him to go. He's stuck. He's caught. He's lit.
Nice. Wood,
Wood,
kurwa.
though.
He's insane.
There was no exit strategy for him there.
I don't like what that Hob is doing though, because he's got
Oh my god, every time he's up here he just keeps
Like,
getting
just
killed.
this
play
round.
spam off the trips and then just do a fast.
Chat, he's
retake.
18-3 from round 8.
Really feel like they squander another opportunity. But the
Alright,
round is
this
far.
is pretty-
Well, never mind. No, it's done.
What did you say,
Let's go.
sorry?
It's done, and
What?
this half is
You say it was
completely done
free?
as well.
I mean, yeah.
It's tough.
I
What
mean,
it looked like to me there, with where the gate crash was in the back
Bro,
of the
Wood is
generator, that
18-3,
he was supposed
no?
to be out of
Yeah,
the
he's
fight a little bit
18
sooner, but
18
got
kills
caught
in
up on
8
utility Or
rounds.
something. I'm not exactly sure.
And then dive back in.
His
into
bro has
chaos.
like 700
Something
ACS
like that.
right
Yeah,
now.
you're right. I agree.
But he just never gets the opportunity. The pace is
What
too good. The
the-
confidence is too high
What
right
is
now for
that,
Team
bro?
Heretics, especially with Wu absolutely destroying
Huh?
18-3. He's on.
It's the
he's
info
on
with the
pace to,
Cypher
like,
ult.
probably set the ACS record for a map in an international event. I would guess he's pretty close, if not, you know, there already. That helps.
This guy is unreal. 19 kills in 9 rounds.
Yeah, he's doing
And potentially more to be
ridiculous
found.
things right now.
It's bananas.
This is also a concerning time for teams.
That's a
because this is
lovely
often
boom
where you
bot.
see players
Even the
force
util's
the
good
battle.
right now.
You know, this is where you start to see some of these swings that are ill-advised, that you kind of feel the need to go out and make a play. Kind of turn things in your favor as best as you can. We'll see if that's the case for FPX. They have found no success, really, on either side.
No
of the
way,
game.
he eats a tether and
Life with an ogre
swings.
onto Woot, they're finally getting the best of him. They've invested the Nightfall as well.
Oh, this is
All
interesting.
three of them are gonna
Oh,
be tagged.
fade ult
Blue's
means
not
they
as
can't
Benji
hear
Fishy.
the
Playing
taps
a
of the
little bit
spike.
further off, waiting for any flank that might come through his
There's a
light
chance
balls.
Benji Fishy
Still
can hear it from
attempting
here,
more
but
scary.
Root through main.
Not being able to hear when they're
To
defusing when
try
they're
to
trying
stop
to
Yeah.
this, somehow
free
the spam
smoke.
onto the spike, trying to conceal the defuse. Still gets the kill they need.
recovered pretty
Now
well.
Eyesore with no time, no teammates, no armor, very little health. Is able to drop 2 with them, but that's another round going the way of Heretics.
And he dies for that too. That's almost not worth with the economy that FPX is sitting on. I mean, yeah, it's nice to get those extra kills. Maybe that's a feel-good moment for you, but I mean, Woot's just too clean. I mean, Autumn, last time he challenged that position, did very well. This time Woot's ready for it.
No, they're not saving the cove for this though, right?
Spike here to bait out the util. I like that, but his gate crash got
What was the
cleaned
cove this
by
time?
Team Heretics. That was going into the back corner of B main. They heard it. They took it down.
Like this is when you know something's a little bit too OP.
It was the night. I mean, the fatal.
First of all, when you can vision block here, like the angle's obviously
Very
wrong.
True. You got a good point there.
But the vision blocks like that, the fact that you can play like this against the harbor, it doesn't. That should be ringing alarm bells to Riot.
They knew what FPX wanted to do. Here goes Life again. Done.
And he goes straight into the next.
They want to play off-site spamming against a harbor who has cove and vision block.
And this feels like one of those forced situations. I mean, they do have 3 rifles to play around though. They've invested the Reckoning too.
He doesn't know.
Oh my god.
He didn't see the thing.
Oh
Holy.
Who just made that look like mechanic? That he looked robotic.
Yeah.
That did not look human.
That did not look human.
After that.
No comment.
It's insane. That was absolutely nuts.
Other ults coming up.
This feels like the Heretics that we saw in their first match.
Yes.
Of the tournament. And I think the
Why is he
devastating
stunning?
question that has to be answered
Actually,
in the
fine.
shroud of
I'll-
silence that's facing the question is, how do you stop this? How do you slow this down? Because I think you pose that question to FPX right now, you're going to be met with crickets.
Yep.
They have no answers.
Done. And on this map on attacker side,
Results in 1/2.
to put up a
Same
showing
that.
like this. And think about this, Doug. After this, we find out the order of how the teams are going to be able to pick their opponents, right? I'm watching this game, and maybe you're thinking this is one of the teams you're looking at. Not right now.
Yeah.
Not right now.
How about we knock them down the list?
yeah.
1 or 2 spots.
How about Gen G?
All of a sudden, texture doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah. This Woot guy's kind of good.
22.
Yeah, one away from his ult. Let's see what they do.
I believe the greatest
easy
KD
call.
difference and ACS record was set by 10s.
Yes, plus 25.
Yeah,
against
something
F4Q.
stupid like that. Yeah.
I remember.
And I wonder, I mean, we may be flirting with history here. And unfortunately, that's not the history FPX was looking to make.
Well, that's a record I didn't think would be broken.
He gets around the corner.
And then loot happened.
Yes.
Then he can just ult this.
FPX
Camera
really
spots,
investing
he
to
just
try to
ult.
hold B main. Woot once again with a height advantage. A rocket in between
I don't know what to
Berlin's
say, man.
eyes.
Unbelievable.
Held on
And
to the
then
map
FPX has
control
to
against
fight
the
like they
range.
cannot do
all
anything
the
else.
information in the world to work with. They see some
How
space
can you
over
fight
on
when
A.
Kurva enemy race has 23
Being
kills?
very patient with it.
In that
Yeah.
That he's not exactly
Dude, it's
sure
so
what's around
funny
that
because you can
corner.
just tell they've lost so many
When light
after
comes
plants
down
over
again,
towards
so
B that they're like, guys,
take
we
your
need to
time,
fight
use
for
the owl
this.
drone,
And then they're fighting
make
for
sure
map
that you're
control
safe,
against a
move little bit
Razor.
forward. The paranoia, but really doesn't catch anybody on Team Heretics, just the owl drone itself. So it's free reign for them. Let's see what FPX can do.
I wonder if they choose to hit here because they have to understand that FPX is rotated. I mean, they haven't tried concealing their approach. They haven't tried concealing this attempt. But it doesn't matter.
Jesus, they're
It
getting
genuinely doesn't matter.
annihilated.
They're fully transparent in their
30 seconds
intentions,
left.
and they're still finding success.
Every time
23
FPX
to 4.
wants to do something, peek, use util, it's shut right down. There's no answers that FPX has been able to find that haven't
Hello,
been
Pansy. How we
read
done?
and accounted for by Team Heretics.
Team Ace.
A 10-1 half the way of Heretics. And yes, they're map pick, and yeah, you know, all that
Last round before the
nonsense. But
switch.
even
They might
going
have
up
found the
against
crowd
your
might, so.
opposition's map pick, as you mentioned earlier in the cast, this is a good map for them. It was a good map
Wait,
for them
that's
this
not
tournament.
click, never mind.
And they look like
Yeah,
they've
I
never
was gonna
played
say,
it
hold up.
before.
No, you're absolutely right. This is a good map. Also, at the group stage, during stage 1, for FPX as well, I think they were like 67% on this map, like 2-1. It
Next,
is
Lotus?
shocking, to be honest.
Dude,
I did not
Heretics have a good
expect
chance at
FPX
Lotus.
to come out like this. They're usually hot off the start.
Mm-hmm.
Against Gen G, they were rocking and rolling on Lotus.
The paranoia is super early. There's a little bit of a
Whoa.
swing there up from Ayang. He tried catching the timing, but Patatak was
Pressing.
ahead of it.
They're pressing, Doug.
Be wide swings, this is a mentalist.
Okay, here comes the dimensional
Oh
drift.
no.
An opportunity
Surely
here.
not a
Teams
stick in
looking
this
for
one.
No, okay. Just got the info.
Yeah,
Gonna
he
go
just
back.
gets info, and then they can kind of control where he is. I'm surprised they
Got
Why?
locked in.
understand
Whoa.
where he was.
Extra dink on
Back.
top.
Gets his
Good
two.
damage.
Oh,
But
what
so
the?
does Boo. They've got to
The
shut
There's
the
another
door
one on
down.
35 HP.
An 11-1 lead going into halftime with a devastating lead.
That's the
Life
low
is
HP
so
though.
close.
Like he
But again,
finds
it's a
the
1 for
info
1
of the
and those
Euro
numbers
behind
don't
on the
add
low
up.
HP. Big win.
Patty's got a little bit of utility here, but the
Autumn's
sniper
not gonna
util's
get a
all
chance
on
now to
B.
use his neural theft either.
No.
He's gonna have to rely on his
The
own
knife
team.
is
There's
big.
no dead bodies
That's tough.
on the other side of the map for him
Knife
to
is pretty big here
pop that
though, so
ult,
just
try
find
to get
out,
a
not
little
to
bit of extra
stop the
info.
trip.
It's just gonna have to be on
He's done it every
his
single round so
players
far
that are
this
still
trip.
here.
Really? I haven't seen it.
And they've both
Yeah.
just been hit. The knife tagged him.
Bruh.
So they're able to cross on past
Knife
the second one.
actually
He's
hit
gotta
him?
know that there's a timing.
Oh, I fuck.
And
Ooh.
solo pad attack.
Nicely
The
handled.
rifle clutch
They
to
double their
close it out
rounds.
for FPX.
Wait, Autumn was the reason for both of their rounds.
Oh boy.
1v2 and
Well,
3k.
we'll see. I mean, can FPX channel another miracle like they did against Foot on Icebox? Are they going to be able to find that unbelievable comeback?
What is
That's the real
that?
question. I mean, Autumn's
What is that from
especially in clutch
Boo,
moments
bro?
in this event. It's nice to see him step up here. I guess, frankly, the 2 rounds they won were
him.
him.
Yeah. And the 3K at the beginning of the round in B main, and then that 1v2 at the end.
Rizza
Gets
China
them to 2
overall
rounds,
is
an
not as
8-round
dominant
lead
as the other
between the two.
regions.
We're
I
gonna
mean,
take
they
a
got the
listen
game
to an Omen
2 years
player
later
moments
than everyone else.
with Benji Fishy, who's currently
much it.
sitting on an 8-round lead. Take a listen.
Hello guys, I am Benji Fishy and I am a Valorant player for Team Heretics. You know, it's a hard loss. I think after the first map that we won, we felt pretty confident. I think they played really well on the second map on Vines, and on Split, you know, we had it's probably one of the most annoying maps, and how many like swing rounds that were important, like that we just lost. We kind of lost to ourselves on that map, so you can't be too upset about a loss, especially when you're
I
not
mean, that's
out
fair.
of the
They lost a
tournament
lot
yet.
of those
We're
rounds.
just gonna, you know, regain our
Big Sunset,
momentum.
Heretics.
Back over, and then they went back C and cleared the trip. Or the cam, excuse me, but Leaf will fall anyway. The paranoia in his face, and he connects with 2.
China's catching up real quick. Oh, real quick.
I think the person that kind of, you know, grounds us and keeps us, you know, focused is probably Boo. He's a very calm IGL, and whenever there's these like crazy rounds, whatever, like we lose an unlucky moment or something like that, like he's kind of there just to chill us down a little bit. I just want to thank all the fans that are supporting us, you know, especially during hard losses like this one against G2. We really appreciate it. You know, when you have these hard losses, it's kind of the fans that can help you get through it. So yeah, big thank you to all the Heretics fans over here in China. You know, I think we gained a little bit of a fan base here, so I appreciate you guys a lot.
That loss feels like a distant memory. Bro, that seems like something that's so far in the rearview mirror, it's been entirely forgotten. It's all vibes, all steam ahead for Heretics. And I mean, a lot of it maybe doesn't necessarily reflect in the kill feed or in the scoreboard, but the
You think there
vibes
should
come from
be
this cat
team
right here.
damage
I mean, I've so
and guns in
enjoyed
pro play? Nah,
watching
I'm
Benji
honestly
Fish
fine
this
with it
year.
not being there.
The way that he is perpetually positive. He's just
I think it's good to
always
keep
bigging up
everything the
his
same
team.
as
His
ranked,
mechanics
and
are out
being
of
able
this
to shoot your
world.
own
He
teams
never
and
seems like he
ranked
lets go of the
teammates
gas
in
pedal,
ranked
and
with.
that's
I
something
mean, it's already
that's been
bad
a
enough,
big
bro.
part of their success so far this year is all of those in-game and
Okay, gotta win a
out-of-game things that
pistol.
he brings
1-0 for
are
pistols.
just truly astounding, and something that any Valorant team would love to have.
Probably not that B split pistol.
Absolutely, Team Heretics doing a great job
Did they do?
getting him onto this roster.
Yeah, they did a B
Finding
split
great
pistol
pickup
against
for their team.
Genji as well.
Crash going to be set up behind
Looks like they've
A main.
gated.
They try to work their way forward. Going to use that fake out, but not really much to do with it except back off for Team Heretics with this high tide here. Again, you're just not exactly sure now. Is FPX going to commit to this or not? Are they going to try to challenge you on the other side of it or not?
Well, and I think
FPX
that's
look
the-
a
that's the
bit
thing.
frightened.
The first time we saw FPX play this map,
You
they
blame
did
him,
such
bro.
a good job of feeling out the map.
Like, Woot's
finding
just
out
been
where
one
utility
tapping
was,
more.
and then hitting the opposite
I'd
side.
be
They did
scared.
such a good job of manipulating rotations like a puppet master.
Like if they
to
would be
find
like
open space
confident,
and
they'll
capitalize
just go
on it.
elbow
So
and like fight it
the
together.
thing about
Like
this
they didn't
approach
even
that I'm
walk
seeing
into
here
elbow,
is
didn't get
there's
anything.
nothing set up to
Yeah,
take
they didn't
space
proper
elsewhere.
clear it.
Correct. Like they made
thing is
plenty
they
of
really-
noise
35
A, but
seconds,
there
they
was
have zero
nothing B
control.
main. There was nothing
Mid-
already up
mid-
on market.
Oh, this is a complete identical
Now
pistol
they're
to the
poised to
Genji
do a
one.
little bit more of that with a
There's a
little bit
fake-
of presence B, but the
fake one,
spike is
yeah.
down.
Huge
It's
kill by
gonna be a
Rian.
life to pick us up if he falls too.
Oh,
Did he
This could
drops
be
the
disaster,
spike to
but
take this
manages to
duel?
stay alive, manages to drop Rian's. Now, FPX still have an opportunity to close this thing out. 1-for-1. Benji
Oh my!
finished
Oh
the
my
try out.
god!
Oh
That
no,
was messy, that was ugly.
Autumn, bro. No,
But still,
That's the
10
round-winning
seconds
kill,
left.
no?
He's not
Bro.
gonna get it.
not like that.
It's actually
Not
not
like
possible.
that, surely.
Just need to survive.
They even got time.
I mean, that works too.
Yeah, I don't know that he would have had time to plan it
Well,
anyway, but
Yeah,
this is
That one doesn't help the
unfortunately
confidence.
also The problem with this approach on the attack side is if you burn that midnight oil a little bit too much, if that candle gets a little bit too low, the wick extinguishes.
Yeah.
And you don't have time to really do anything, and that's
It's so weird.
part of what
Like
FPX ran into
FPX, two
there.
people
And
went
it's
market,
concerning,
two
Doug,
people
because
went top mid.
As great as
mid,
FPX has
yeah.
been this event, the first two
I mean, based off of how
matches,
rotations work
they
on this
were
map, you definitely could
superb.
catch
They
someone off
were
top middle. I mean,
phenomenal.
like, I guess NS was
enthralled with
so
this
off
team.
caught
I
off, but
predicted them to
they
win
didn't
the game, and I
commit too much
believed
to
in
the
that.
fight in the
That
market.
isn't like a hometown
They peaked market. They
advantage or
peaked
anything
top
like
mid
that.
fast, right?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
bought in, but the brightest flames
They did it.
sometimes
If they executed
burn
a bit
quickest.
better, I think it would have
And
been
that
like actually
may be
pretty
what we're
solid.
seeing here today.
That's definitely been the case on Sunset. We'll see if the rest of the series has
Right, so they're gonna
anything
TP
else to
past the
say.
trip this time. It looks like that's their goal.
No force on the side of the attack. A heavy lean B. Life has already gotten out towards sight and is tagged for it.
Pretended to be a clone.
Well, now
The small
what?
price he had to pay was a 70 HP.
Right.
Ooh, little 1-for-1 there. And a little bit of info gathered. They're making this expensive, if nothing else. Autumn's caught, though. He's really got nowhere to go. And the bigger issue with that is that now Ayang is by himself.
Got the gun.
That Guardian's so hard to steady shots when it's that close. But he'll nail it. And now it's on Autumn to try to rotate back B and pick up the pieces.
Yeah, and like with this round, FPX
Some
obviously
sheriff
their
to work
comp,
with.
it's hard
No
for them
guns
to
until
clear
he
this
probably
trip
clears
over
at least
towards
two for him to
B.
pick up.
They're trying to,
Unless they give
on the
that space
eco,
open,
show that
but
they have some
it's a move.
ideas of how to
Watching
kind of
very
get
closely,
through
it
it
gets
to
clipped in
make
the leg, but
Heretics
now
more
that's info
scared of
given
B,
over,
so
and
the
now
A
Heretics
stack
can
isn't
just
just like
smoke him out and wait him out.
forever crazy strong.
I know Autumn's laughing. He understands. He
I mean,
knows.
let's be real.
His situation.
FPX
His life
just
has
didn't
been
join the
decided.
server. Like,
It's
it doesn't
been
join like for the other map.
Oh, does he know someone got
But
behind him?
this
Also,
can
again,
help.
cool.
That's just such
I've
a
talked about
miserable
this before.
position to
Like
be
you know when
So
you get
Heretics will
like
get to map point.
so wrecked
Yes,
in a
they're
game
that pick,
that
but a
you kind
complete
of feel like you have
slaughter of
nothing to
FPX
lose
from top to
anymore.
bottom.
Like it's
Well,
the
this
most
is
embarrassing it can be.
More
You just feel
dominant than
good
what
going
they
into the
showed
second map because
against
you're like,
DRG.
well,
Yep.
I might as well
That's
just swing
crazy to
everything
think about.
because
The
I
team
mean,
that
they
yeah,
scared him.
many
It was going to
people
get more
considered
embarrassing.
unfortunately, the worst team here at the tournament.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, I guess I can see
Absolutely.
it like that, yeah.
And DRG, to their credit, played out of their minds yesterday.
I already know
especially.
what
They
Neil
did
is
very
gonna say
impressed
before
with
the
their
game.
ability to bounce back and, you know, kind of what could be a situation that some teams might just
People
What
proud
Neil's
of you
going to say
guys?
before the
roll
next
over a bit,
game?
but here
He's
for
gonna be like,
FPX,
I'm proud of
not
you
their day
guys,
so far.
but they'll come back shooting harder.
No, I mean, at this point,
It's not
10 in a row
like
seems
they're gonna like
unthinkable.
string everything and
seems
etc.
like a-
Expect everything and
A 1 in a billion.
just gonna
Fairy
see it.
tale.
That's not highly
Well,
accurate.
they're just going to try to spread the map this time. Try to get
You got, I
through.
mean,
It's just
yeah,
a fake out.
it's one of those ones though where you don't want to get
Info on
overconfident.
where
You
Benji
get-
Fishy's util is.
No,
But
definitely.
Wood is confident, aggressive, going for
You
some
would
more
say it
kills.
in better English though.
If I was 25 and 6,
Oh,
I'd be
definitely.
confident too.
I thought your Scottish impression was good, yeah.
Gonna use their util. I mean, this
One
is
bonus from this
looking
is
more
that
like
FPX
what you
have
like to
learned
see from
how to break
FPX, where
the
they're using
sniper
these
trip.
smokes to take space, to get information,
B.
using their util
Yeah, I mean, they
to
did it.
clean out the opponent's util. But it's come so late, Doug.
Okay,
Yeah.
Boo 5 kills.
They just
Question
dug
mark?
themselves so deep a hole at the beginning of this map.
Could
The
be a
first
thing.
half goes so horribly
just
sideways.
might-
Actually do
might-
it. Like this actual default's
lose
been
the
pretty
pistol,
nice from them.
right?
They show that they can break the trip with this comp. They go over
Guy's
towards
crazy.
A, take a bit of map control. The problem is that the time's a little bit low.
But
The good Omen
for
flash,
the
but no one
culture,
is
this would be
even
the most ridiculous
close.
But
comeback
their
of
execute
all
can't,
time.
like,
do
their executes in
anything.
general
Just
can't be
to
strong,
be
and then they
clear.
decide to have like double lock on mid
Just
as
to be
well.
clear. Berlin follows a 4v4 for the rest of the round. Potentially the
Like,
closing
what was that
moments of
Omen
Sunset.
flash, bro?
18 seconds.
Time.
15.
They
That's
gotta
here's
make the hit,
one
they gotta make it
flash.
now.
Why Boo?
They've got Autumn in a really nice spot,
Aye.
though.
Oi,
Strike.
nicely done
And
from
that's
Autumn.
exactly
what
Autumn
he
kind
wants
of
to
saved
do, I
them a
think.
little bit here.
So they're going to get the space they need to get the spike down and play at least one more round.
Okay,
And that they do. FPX up to
3
3.
rounds.
For
Chat.
what it's worth,
3
that's a
rounds,
fantastic round.
Autumn
It was.
3K
It's all the
times
things that you
2
want out of this
and a
team.
1v2.
Out of this composition.
Like Autumn is the one for them right now.
Baiting util, clearing space with smokes, working the site, expecting the lurks, cleaning those out, getting some deep pushes, finding flank angles. It's hard to draw up a round better than they just played that one. But it's such a long road ahead. And even after this map, going into map 2, another map that both teams are very, very good at. And, you know, they were just barely able to beat Gen G in overtime on Lotus. Heretics looked great against G2. So this is
Surely they don't
worrying,
get
to say the
thrifty.
least.
Conventional wisdom would suggest that we're likely going to play another round, given the buy for Heretics and how underwhelming it is, just a Guardian in the hand of Rians. But as we've seen a number of times in this tournament already, these are often the rounds that close maps.
Yes, and these players are nuts. Individually, the mechanics have shined today, shined throughout this event. So they can pop off with those sheriffs and just end your round in a heartbeat when you're least expecting it. So a lot of space.
They've taken like no map control for the time, really.
Team Heretics on their defender side.
It looks like Heretics are about to re-clear over towards middle. This guy saw 2.
FPX is probably going to not like what they see. They're going to use the dimensional drift to try to clear. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. Find Benji Fishy, you find the trap wire, you're finding Rians, getting a lot of info,
they know that it's clear. They know that no one can now kill them from the trip.
Across the middle of the map too. They're so
And they take market control. This has been nice from FPX.
No one there on the challenge. Autumn holding over the shoulders.
Great flash.
Wood was aggressive. The satchel in his face, not able to steady the shots of the sheriff. Pad attack on the swing, and Benji Fishy.
Holy!
With the classic. And it's a 1v1.
What?
Oh.
What?
Saves the day.
Oh, that was close, bro. HUD's broken, chat. Ignore it.
People stop dying like on the front, you know, like.
Yeah, on the UI.
On the HUDs, yeah.
And I was so confused.
It's just the gun
Still
advantage is
4v3.
so firmly in the control of FPX here.
Cages from
Like,
Benji
try
and
runs.
Red Bull Clutch going their way. I mean, Patty Tech.
Yeah, the cage is blind. I mean, I'm surprised that they wanted to fight
Nasty
market
shots.
against Global,
Weakened
but
life there off the back of Benji Fishy's classic. Gives
it
him
seems
that
like they've got
third.
like a distinct style of how they want to try and
Very
play
ready
against
for it.
us.
And look, here's something you can say. Let's say they string together 3 or 4 more rounds.
It would
here
be
as FPX. That's
a lot more
confidence going
secure
into
if they
the
would
next
just
round.
go
Sure,
back, be
if
main,
nothing
leave
else.
one guy on
Yes.
site, I
Yeah.
guess. But they just went through the harbor wall and pushed.
It's a tough way for that to go to on the replay.
Yeah.
You can see a Pad attack.
But every time they've
His
executed so
flash
far,
didn't
like
clear the
first
corner.
A, now B, like they'll do initial
flashed
pressure towards
himself,
like the
and there
main
wasn't really
choke
anything
point,
on the
and then
other
they'll have
side,
like
so
1 or 2
just a
left
tough way
off
for that
the
to
other
go,
one.
but
We'll see if
still
they
8
try and do the
rounds to
same type
go.
of thing.
Still 8 rounds to play around.
Oh, the
That
disrespect to
same high
one
tide.
way.
Boo does clear
Respect.
some of that
Get that map
utility, but
control early.
he's going to try to maybe challenge that a little bit. see if
8
he can get
chances,
a
by the
pick.
way. I can't remember if I drew it.
A lot of time bought for the rotations to come through for the rest of Team Heretics. They're gonna
This is
try to
nice. They create question mark
contain
over
FPX
towards
if they can,
side, but
with that
I love this
blast
from
back
Heretics, man.
noise
Every
being
single
made, FPX
time
doesn't
there's
like
some
it
kind of
anymore.
pressure, right? We saw
They're gonna
mid
spread the
last
map.
round,
They did
right?
draw
They
up a fair
insta
noise
cleared
on
it.
Boo, though.
We
Good
saw
setup on
this over
market
towards
from
A,
Heretics, though.
insta clear.
We'll buy a little bit more time.
Yeah, it's hard for them to break trips.
Meanwhile, Lysor using his towards market. Benji Fishy again with a lot of pressure.
Ah, man, Heretics have done so good in
This
this
is more what we
round.
expected.
Yes.
All of the
It's
noise
so,
they just
so
made market
nice right
intended
now.
to manipulate rotations for them to go back B and then them strike
Hey,
A.
Wood!
Whoa.
Back.
Find a little bit of space,
What?
but
He's got
Wood is
raise
still
Got his
on.
ult.
around.
Oh,
Oh.
dies with his
Finally
ult.
falling, but not without getting his damage, not without getting his 2 kills. Now Reckoning intended to push Heretics back by a little bit of time. Now the ferocious attempt at a retake is afoot. Benji Fishy has his ult. No real target to use it on Berlin on the spam. He pays for it with his life as he falls. Ion and Lysor are the only 2 remaining to try to keep this map alive. The spam through the smoke, not connecting, but he's doing his best. He's doing his damnedest. Both members weak, but still so much to do. Can Ion close it out on his own? Can he stay
Whoa.
alive to get all 3?
With the anything, the anything!
Oh, man. That's
What
so
a
What?
brutal.
for that to
It's a
end.
lovely attempt.
But
Oh,
still, what a
dude, man.
dominant map win
Bro,
for
I'm getting
Heretics.
flashbacks every time when he does this,
Just
like
came out
when
the gate
Artist didn't kill
swinging
him, when
and
he has
never
white
stopped.
one guarded on the like
Flurry of
kickoff.
blows
Oh yeah, it was
that
like
never
10-9
ended.
or something, and then it's wide
To
and
map
fully.
2 we go
Yeah.
on the